Hi there, Devin here, creator of the Naval Battles customizable card game. Welcome to part 4 of my video tutorial series where I talk about effects and the effect chain. Now there are a number of things that use the effect chain in the game. Pretty well just about everything. Deploying units, ships, weapons, aircraft, defense cards. They all use the effect chain, and they can only be deployed as long as the effect chain is empty. And then a number of other cards can use the effect chain as well, like instant cards that can be played on the effect chain at any time, that a player can pay the requisition cost and satisfy any prerequisites. First example is World Government, which has been shown in previous parts of the series, where a player needs to control the capital legendary resource card in order to play it, as well as pay its requisition cost. Air Raid is another example of a dependent instant where, in this case, you must control attacker aircraft and pay its requisition cost in order to play this card. Otherwise, most other instants don't have dependencies and can just be played outright, just by paying their requisition cost, like Rise from the Depths. Other cards will have abilities or tappable effects that you can turn around and use just the same as instant cards. Example, the Next Gen Harpoon has a tap ability. You can fire attack at a surface ship, as well as other cards like the USS Yorktown has harpoon missiles pre-equipped, so you can fire harpoons at surface ships from that. Other things that use the effect chain are damage. Any damage that is to be dealt to any permanent or to a player's flagship will go on the effect chain, and then players will have the opportunity to respond to that damage with instants and other tappable fast effects. As there are instants in the game that allow you to prevent damage, so in that case it'll give you the opportunity to prevent the damage. So the effect chain actually works pretty well just the same as any other sort of effect chain in other games. Magic the Gathering uses the spell stack. In Force of Will they call it the chase. We will call it the effect chain. And the effect chain is literally just that. It is a chain where you start, the first card in the chain starts on the left side, and any additional cards to be added to the effect chain go from left to right. Then once all players in priority, we'll talk about priority in a minute, once all players have put all instants and other fast effects onto the effect chain, the chain is ready to resolve. So then the chain will resolve in reverse order from right to left. So just have to remember the golden rule on this. It's the same as many other games. Last effect in is the first effect to resolve. So now we'll just cover quick on player priority, as this is something else that a lot of other games have in their rules with regards to allowing players the ability to respond to effects with other effects. The player who holds the turn has priority until they go to put an effect on the effect chain. When an effect goes on the chain, each player in turn order has the opportunity to respond to that before the effect resolves. Once all players have put their abilities, their effects, instants, and fast effects on the effect chain and are ready to let them resolve, they will resolve last in, first out, as I mentioned earlier. So that was just a short little bit on the effect chain and how it works in the game. Very simple, and anybody who's familiar with any of the other games previously mentioned and how their effects and chains work we'll understand how this works as well, because it's pretty well the same as any other game that could be using these types of effects. So that concludes part 4 of my video tutorial series. Stay tuned for part 5, where we go into combat and fast effect weapons and how you deal with damage and repair. Thanks.